Welcome back, beautiful soul. Today's message is deeply important, and one I will keep repeating until every part of you believes it. You are not broken. You are already whole. Nothing within you needs to be fixed. What you need is to become aware. Become aware of the energy that's been trapped inside your body, sometimes for decades, and gently begin the process of releasing it. Emotions are energy. Feelings are energy. And for most of us, those energies have never been fully processed. Life happens, sometimes in overwhelming waves, and our human system, especially the ego, steps in to protect us. The ego is not the enemy. It's a survival mechanism. But it wasn't built to process the emotional wave. It was built to help us bypass it when we didn't have the capacity or safety to stay present with the pain. Even when something painful happened and we cried or reacted, that doesn't mean we processed the full emotional wave. More than likely, we froze, dissociated, or shut down before the wave could complete. That leftover energy didn't disappear. It got stored in your nervous system, your muscles, your cells. It became what we call stuck emotion. This is not your fault. No one taught us how to feel. No one said, stay with that sadness. Let it move all the way through. Instead, we were taught to be strong, to get over it, to distract ourselves. Our society has conditioned us to disconnect from our bodies and from nature, which is like a deep spiritual form of abandonment. And many of us interpreted experiences from childhood in ways that added layers of shame, guilt, and fear. These became our stories. And those stories, they've kept us safe. They gave us meaning. They helped us survive. But now you're awakening. You're realizing that you are not your story, and that what's been living underneath it all along is simply unprocessed energy. Many people do the work. They journal, they meditate, they understand their triggers. But despite all of it, they still feel stuck. Why? Because they're not getting to the root, the energy stored in the body. That's where somatic work could be useful. Somatic or embodiment practices bring awareness out of the mind and into the body. Instead of mentally analyzing your feelings, you allow them to be felt as pure sensation through the nervous system. And here's the key. The body knows how to process emotion. If we don't interrupt the natural rhythm with stories, resistance, or repression, it knows how to let energy move. Scientists have even found that when we fully feel an emotion in the body, it takes about 90 seconds to pass. That's it. But when we resist it or ruminate, it can stay trapped for years. Avoiding or indulging emotions both create imbalance. Avoidance looks like staying in the mind, talking about our problems without feeling them. Indulgence can look like becoming identified with the pain, looping in it without witnessing. Somatic healing helps us meet what's here with presence, not drama. And in that presence, we can feel, release, and integrate. This is a practice of building capacity, not to avoid discomfort, but to hold it, to let it pass through without fear. And as you do this, you become aligned, softer, and more present. Once you can see that, everything begins to shift. You no longer need to run from the feeling or overanalyze the thought. You begin to recognize that what once felt heavy, overwhelming, or too much to hold is simply energy. It's not who you are. It's what you've carried. And it can move. It just needs to move. You are an energetic being, living in an energetic field. You were born to flow, not to freeze. So how do we begin to move this energy? One of the most powerful tools available to us is somatic healing, a process that allows you to reconnect with your body and give old emotions the space they need to complete their wave. This isn't about analyzing the past or diving into every memory. It's about letting the body do what it knows how to do: feel, release, and restore. If you're curious where this energy might be hiding, begin by noticing your emotional triggers. These moments, when something suddenly stirs up sadness, frustration, anger, or shame, are often little clues pointing towards stored emotions that haven't been fully felt. It might be as small as the tension you feel when someone doesn't reply to your message, or the irritation that bubbles up in traffic. These reactions aren't wrong. They're invitations. Invitations to pause, to notice, and to wonder, what's really underneath this? You don't have to know all the answers or go on this journey alone. If you feel called to explore somatic work further, you might look into working with someone who specializes in that field. A somatic practitioner, a therapist, or a trauma-informed coach. But even in the meantime, you can start gently, right here. A simple breath, a hand placed on your heart, a quiet moment to ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? What might need my attention? Just that awareness can begin to soften something inside. It's not about doing it perfectly. It's about being present and kind with yourself as you learn. Somatic work is not about fixing. It's about feeling. It's about freeing up all the energy we've used to avoid discomfort and redirecting it into presence, creativity, and alignment. When we allow the body to express and release what it has stored, we access a new level of vitality. Our physical, emotional, and spiritual systems come back into harmony. And here's what's profound. When you begin to feel what's here, without judgment or the need to fix it, you reclaim all the energy that was locked away. You begin to expand. You become more present, more vital, more alive. This is not magic. It is your design. Energy wants to move, but it needs permission. It needs your awareness. It needs your love. And yes, there is wisdom in every emotional wave. As Dr. Zach Bush so beautifully explains, the full spectrum of love includes loss. To know love is to know grief. To honor connection is to acknowledge impermanence. In our culture, we often substitute real love with fleeting highs. A perfect cup of coffee, a shopping spree, a new car. These aren't wrong, but they're not the whole story. They're the sugar-coated edge of love. True love, the kind that transforms you, moves through death and birth, through endings and beginnings. The emotional wave has a beginning, a middle, and an end. When you allow yourself to ride it fully, without interruption, you reach a place of completion. Often, that place is peace. Sometimes, it's clarity. Sometimes, it's joy. But always, it brings you closer to yourself. So I say to you again, you are not broken. You were never broken. You have simply been carrying energy that was never meant to be held for so long. And now, you are ready to let it go. You are ready to soften. You are ready to come home to your body, to your heart, to your wholeness. May this be your path. May you walk it with gentleness and courage. And may you always remember, it's just energy, and you were made to move it. If this message speaks to your heart, stay tuned. I'll be sharing more energy awareness and healing insights that help you return to your natural state of freedom, because that's what you deserve. A life lived in flow, in truth, in wholeness. Until next time, like, share, and subscribe.